Yes, everyone, welcome back. This is the Fixture List. My name is Stephen Howson. That is Joe Smith.
Joe Smith.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Yeah, that's the important question, isn't it? How are the viewer at home doing? I think they're doing all right, probably. Still a bit hungover, but not bad. Yeah. It's Wednesday now. No excuses. Thursday, actually. Bloody hell.
How are you doing?
The week goes fast. I'm doing all right, yeah. I'm glad United have been back and they've won. That's all it takes.
1 out of 1. We play tonight, but 1 out of 1.
1 out of 1 so far. You say tonight, it's 5:45 night. Yeah, 5 to 6.
That's a tea time kick-off on a weekday.
Mad that, innit?
Bollocks that.
Luckily, it's away.
Yeah.
So we don't have to try and get home from work and go.
Had any of them at that time? I can't remember.
I think
I
everyone
don't have a
gets
normal job, so it doesn't affect me. I just go to the game.
Your job is the game. But imagine if you lived in not even far away. If you lived in Leeds and you had to get there for 5.
Oh, mate.
For 6, sorry.
When I was in the army,
we
trying to think of the non-incriminating way of saying this. We used to just come to the game. Let's just say that.
What is the incriminating way of saying that? What, in a Apache? Landing on the pitch?
In the eyes of the military law, it's the same, let's say.
Right, okay.
So let's just say we used to come to the game.
Okay.
And we would have to leave at dinner time still, really.
Yeah.
Because, you get caught in rush hour traffic on the M62. I was based near Harrogate, right?
Yeah.
If you come down rush hour, the M62 is just like the Manchester to Leeds car park.
Yeah. Is that the one that's up in the mountains a bit?
Yeah, I think if there's a sign, fact fans, on the way over there, there's that house in the middle of nowhere, and then it's this is the highest motorway might say England, actually, because I imagine Scotland's got a couple.
You'd think so, but maybe there's no motorways right over there.
Yeah, just A roads.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the highest motorway in England, isn't it? Yeah. It doesn't feel that high, though. It just feels nice.
No, but then you do drop into Manchester on the back end.
Yeah, you do.
That's around Saddleworth Moor sort of area.
Lovely.
Fact fans.
Lovely
Right, this week, Premier League football.
Oh, yeah.
There's a very big game. That isn't United-Watford, although I think for Odion Ighalo, it doesn't get bigger. It's probably going to be his Old Trafford debut, probably, if not a full start.
Yeah.
And he's playing against his old club.
I know. Ridiculous. And you would think, if you were a Watford fan, you'd be thinking, well, he scored. He's definitely scored. Yeah. I don't have that confidence because
that by putting some money on it.
I'm slightly scared. But yeah, you got to fancy Ighalo for a goal there, especially if he plays against Bruges. Maybe he's got a game under his belt. Like I said, might even start. You got to get a goal, surely.
Yeah, I mean, by the time this comes out, we might already know the team news. Unfortunately, I think it's going to come out very right next to the game.
Yeah.
So we can't even really talk about it because it's going to just kill it, innit?
Yeah. No point.
So let's talk about the games for this weekend then. Leicester against Manchester City. I think, with everything that's going on with City, we might just see them be like, boo-doo-doo-doo.
What, finish 16th, just outside the bottom?
I don't think they'll finish 16th, but I think you might see a bad dip in form now. If there's any truth to people wanting out, I think it resonates on the pitch.
Even if there isn't any truth in players wanting out, even if you were at Man City, you love Man City, they're your favourite team, and they've been given a 2-year Champions League ban, you'd still be like, oh shit, my head's gone. Regardless of adding the one out on that or not, I think if United had that, Rashford still might play a bit. I think, I would not be surprised if they dropped a few points unnecessarily over the next few weeks, or just overall before the end of the season, because it's got to play a part in it.
Yeah, I mean, you want to push that extra because the title's gone, and this is a team that's been involved in a title race quite regularly for the last 5 or so years.
Yeah.
This is a team that has won titles back to back. Actually, I think with the amount of points Liverpool are going to get, it might put them as the worst champions, I think, for how much they fell off. Even if they finish in the top 4, I think they're that many points off. They're worse than Moyes'
No
champions.
team has ever been 25 points clear at the top of the Premier League, ever. So I know that's not quite the same because United didn't finish second, but yeah, we're on for something like that. Ridiculous.
Shittest champions ever under Pep after spending a bill.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I don't really want to get fully into the FFP thing with City.
Nah.
But it's fucking mint.
Yeah. It's fun.
It is fun.
It is fun.
And I love how the City are trying to paint themselves as victims. You deliberately, knowingly broke the rules.
Yeah.
You can't complain about that.
That's what the rules are, isn't it?
Look, I don't like these rules, but guess what? You have to adhere to them.
Yeah. Because everyone else is, in theory. Yeah. So, it's not like we were all like, oh, we don't like them and we'll all break the rules together. If they're the only ones that did it, which so far it looks like it is.
I think PSG might be getting their colour in a minute soon because that Neymar transfer is a little fishy.
Yeah.
Free transfer. I mean, even if it is all above board, which I can't see how it is, how it's basically the way the Neymar transfer went, the fact that we're even calling it a transfer is wrong because technically it was the sponsors of Paris coincidentally gave them money for a Barcelona player to buy out his contract so he could then move to a team that they sponsor. How is that not direct financing from Paris?
I mean, it clearly is, isn't it? It is literally just whether it toes the line of legality or not. Like
it'll be in the wording of the law, and they're one side of it or another. Yeah. Purely on wording, but we all know what happened.
Everyone knows that they spent more money than they earned to get Mbappe and Neymar. But like I said, it's just whether the rules have some sort of river you can sort of salmon leap up to avoid getting battered.
Because fundamentally, they have broken what we would all consider fair play in terms of finance.
Exactly, yeah.
But are they going to get their qualifier? Probably not because of the wording. I think we'd have heard of it already because they can't have not known about it. Someone at UEFA's not gone,
hang on a sec.
That's just fine, I'm sure.
Yeah, hang on a sec. Does Neymar still play for Barcelona? No? What?
Why not?
Oh.
Well, the Qatar royal family bought him out of his contract so he could be an ambassador for the Qatari World Cup. And then he used that 180 million to buy himself out his Barcelona contract and turn up at PSG with his suitcase.
Everything seems to be in order here. Case closed.
It's fucking ludicrous, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so mad.
There's no way that that's not dodgy. But yeah, they're just, if they've tiptoed around, because there must be some way of doing that legally for them to have even tried it. Yeah. Like there must be a way to get through those cracks because it was so blatant, so obvious. Yeah.
I think if our sponsor buys him out of his contract, that's on them.
Yeah, exactly. So
because they're not a football club.
Yeah, it's so blatant and so just in everyone's face that there must be some way of sneaking through it.
Like,
it's whether
he's just going to promote the World Cup in Qatar. And you needed him to play for a different club because because now he's in the shirt which says Qatar. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We all know what's going on. We all know.
Wow. It's like when you get caught doing something, you have to go and explain it to your dad, and he's just looking at you like...
Yeah. And even when you're saying it, you're like, what the fuck did I just do? How did I ever think I'd get away with this?
So anyway, City are on 51 points. Leicester are on 50. Do we see them changing places this weekend?
I don't know. Leicester have had a few good wins over City in the last few years, haven't they? I can think of a couple.
They're on a little bit of a skid of late. They're not playing European football, are they, Leicester?
No. And they've not been that great. I think Jamie Vardy's only scored 1 goal in his last 11 games.
So no European football meant that they have a rest on top of the rest.
Yeah.
City obviously aren't featuring this week because they play in the Champions League next week.
Actually, don't City play tonight against West Ham?
Oh.
Sorry, last night against West Ham. I think they've got a midweek game.
Right, okay.
It was a postponed. It was a rescheduled fixture from last week, wasn't it? Because their game got abandoned for the.
It was a bit windy.
Yeah.
In reality.
Yeah.
And actually, by the time the game started, it was sunny.
Yeah. And
a bit windy.
So they've had their breaks sort of messed up a little bit.
And by a bit windy, right, I know some of you that live on the fucking Outer Hebrides was like, well, my sheep got blown away into the sea. Cool, right? Because someone replied to me,
my sheep is now an iceberg. How does that feel?
I quote tweeted the MEN, which was an outrageous headline. Honestly, it was like DEFCON 6 has been enacted from the MEN.
Favourite DEFCON.
And I was like, literally, lads, it's just a bit windy. Yeah. And yes, it's raining. Welcome to Manchester.
Yeah.
Like, the overreaction was mad. And then, obviously, there's people around the country who was like, well, my fence was just blown away.
Yeah, and I don't really get how wind works, I will say that. But when it's like 70 mile an hour wind, cars go 70 miles an hour all the time up and down the roads. No one bats an eyelid. And then so all of a sudden it's the wind and people's plant pots getting blown over. I think it's an absolute joke. I don't know how wind works, do I? Seems fine to me.
Look,
my house is still there anyway. I didn't get big bad wolf.
Furniture pisses off and a gazebo blew into next door.
Yeah, because you might get a new trampoline in return. It's not all bad.
It's hardly like it's called storm for starters. It's not called hurricane.
No.
And I know that there's some sort of definition that I don't know the difference between, but I think hurricanes are worse.
Yeah, and the worst possible thing is like your nan just blows off into the precinct and you don't find her for a couple of hours because they've got like a big wide coat and they don't weigh much.
In Manchester, it wasn't even that. It was literally a bit windy.
Yeah, it was.
And then a guy showed me a video of it raining with a bit of wind, and I was like, yeah, that's a bit windy and rainy.
I ran through that rain barefoot because I didn't want to ruin the suede on my shoes. Right, here's how windy it was. I went from looking like this to like this. That's it. That's how bad the storm was.
You know what I mean?
That don't count. You got to play football through that.
Hunkering down, like what were they called? The lady in the red shoes and the dog and that.
Wizard of Oz.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Wicked Witch of the West
What's
is
she
coming.
called?
The Wicked Witch of the West.
Dorothy.
Dorothy, she's got... Storm Dorothy, it could be called. What was it called? Darius or something. I want it from X Factor. Oh, it was Dennis, yeah. Storm Darius. I thought it was
Hang
Storm
on, weren't
Darius.
all like storms and stuff named after ladies? Is this
No,
the
it
new
goes,
modern
it
2020
goes
thing?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, man, woman, man, woman, man, woman, man, woman. This next one is called Storm Ellen, which is my sister's name.
Wait.
Yes?
Wait. I thought it was named after people who find it.
No, it's done alphabetically each year. Each year the storm season starts, they start at A, work way through. That's why it was Brian, Cheryl, Dennis, Ellen. Kiara.
There's not been a storm, Cheryl.
Kiara won it. Kiara, which is that orange drink you used to have as a kid.
Kira.
Oh yeah, I know. What's that? Kiora. That used to be lovely. Do you remember that?
What are you on about?
That is like, it's like an orange drink.
Why are you lot still watching this?
Kiora. It was delicious.
Somalia.
Anyway, so that game was postponed. So that was played last night, and we know the result. Let's suggest
It was
1-1.
0-0, 1-1, 1-0, which is the same as 1-1, 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, or 3-2, 4-3, 3-all, 2-all.
You alright?
Pick one of those.
This is your job audition for the countdown numbers lady. That's it. 1-1. How many numbers do you know? 1, 2, 4, 1, 1, 2, 2. You got the job, mate. I'd love that. I'd love that job. What other games are on at the weekend, football-wise, Stephen?
Arsenal Everton.
Yes.
To the notes down there.
Yeah.
Everton second in the table, it says.
Yeah.
The notes down there.
Since Ancelotti took over.
Since Ancelotti took over.
Yeah. They've been good, haven't they?
Bit of new manager bounce.
Yeah, unlike
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Wish they had that.
I know, yeah. Well, Arsenal are 7th in that time, and they only won 2 of their last 10 matches.
Arsenal love a draw.
Yeah.
Like, do you know when someone brings me a hot pizza and I open it and it's steaming, I go,
Yeah.
oh!
Yeah.
That's how much Arsenal love a draw.
I know, 2 of the last 10. 10. You hear, see how I'm saying 10 there, Stephen?
10.
Do you know what that needs? Because if that was written out, you could do 10 in capital letters, couldn't you? But for numbers, we only have one, set of numbers. What I'm implementing today, and this is something I've tried to push before, is the introduction of capital numbers. So there, if I say 1, only 2 of the last 10, and you do a capital 10, so you know how to say it without having to use exclamation marks all the time. It's like capitalising words, but for numbers. What do you think? You've finally seen it in action, and you now believe it's a good idea, don't you, Steve?
I think you're fucking mental.
Capital numbers. 2 of the last 10 matches that Arsenal have won, and that's it. And that's with a capital 10. So, it's not great, is it? And also, that could be United's United sort of rivals in that. I think they're both within 4 points of United as well, so...
I think that like half of the table can go from like 10th to 4th. United can actually end up in the top 4 this weekend if all results go our way.
Yeah.
I don't think all of the results will go our way. I think someone will pick up some points somewhere and keep it away from us. But all we've got to do is turn up and do our job. Obviously, we're playing Watford. Ighalo's playing against his old team. I am looking forward to seeing how that goes down.
Yeah, me too.
I think, we're probably going to see him tonight against Bruges or Brugge. So I'm very interested in seeing how all this lot goes down. And I do hope he features, and I do hope he bags against his old team.
Yeah, me too.
How many would that be to be 4th? Like, if we get 2 wins this weekend and the results go our way,
what do we need?
4th.
We need Spurs, Sheffield United, and Chelsea to all drop points, don't we?
Chelsea
need
and
to
not
lose.
all lose either. I think Sheffield United are only a point above us, so they can draw. I think Spurs probably need to draw as well, but we do need Chelsea to lose, which
not out of the question.
absolutely not out of the question. No. So we could end up 4th by Sunday night, I believe, which belting for how this season's gone.
That'd be amazing.
Especially right. I know that 5th probably means Champions League now, but 4th means something.
I don't know. When we saw earlier the lists of courts of appeal that City can go through to push this deadline back.
One of which is
it's the Human Rights Courts appeal.
Fucking hilarious, Mansour. Hilarious.
So they may well postpone their ban until after the start of next season, which would mean they probably get Champions League next year. If they want to do it that way, they might not want to postpone it for whatever reason. And they try and expedite the process so that stuff like the starts of new seasons are taken into account. But yeah, if the first one gets appealed and gets rejected, then they can do it again and do it again.
But there's all weird time limits on stuff, isn't there? So you probably have 90 days to appeal it. So if they leave it to 89 days, then they've got to make sure everyone else rushes.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure UEFA have got their case. It says, look, you've cooked the books. Not only have you cooked the books, there's email evidence of it. The only thing that they've got is the potential to say, the way that evidence was obtained, or the way that investigation was started, was obtained in a legal manner. But you've not come out and said you deny the charge.
No.
You did what they said you did.
Their books are so cooked, their accountant's wearing an apron. Am I right, Steve? Get that, City.
There are pretty much no fucking top games around Europe this weekend.
No, rubbish, isn't it?
Weird.
Yeah, although there's a lot of European action to look forward to.
European action this week and obviously next week. Is there anything in the Europa League that's worth looking at?
Nope.
Sam, you mean you didn't do the notes?
I didn't. Yeah, but there is a lot of Champions League stuff to look forward to because and I'll tell you why. Because Real Madrid plays City. We've already talked about City, but there's also Chelsea, Bayern as well. What are the chances that Liverpool, City, and Chelsea all go out in this round?
They could all lose the first leg. I think that's very likely from this stage. In fact, actually, we probably need to talk about Erling Haaland's a bit on the good side, isn't he? Because he scored 2, which now means he scored 10. In 5 starts. Yeah,
7 games overall, but even then, it doesn't even make the stat look much worse, does it?
Yeah, he's only scored 10 in 7. Fraud.
He's averaging like 1.2 goals per game all season in I think 29 appearances. Or like 20. It's less. It's at least 5 or 6 less appearances than goals.
It's way less.
Insane. What is going on? And because the thing is, we've always said since he's joined Dortmund, how many of his finishes are single touch finishes, ball across the box, excellent build-up play that is just good positioning from him. That second goal was tremendous, wasn't it? Just smashed it near post roof of the net from 25 yards out on his weak foot.
Satisfying sound as well.
Yeah, and he's fast.
He is fast.
Yeah, he is.
Fast.
He's
we
good.
Get capital T on that, please.
Yeah,
fast.
exactly. Capital T, capital 5 for the F as well. He's really good. He looks good, doesn't he? 19 as well, because he's big and he looks old and he's got a head like
does look a bit like a Bond villain or an extra from a World War II film, and obviously a Nazi. He's blonde, isn't it?
How dare you?
That's the whole thing. Though,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it's a film as well, so it's not even real.
No.
It's just an actor.
Yeah, like if I said to you, like, there you go, picture him in Saving Private Ryan.
Da.
Yeah, he's on the German side, isn't he?
Da.
Yeah. Does look like a villain.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And that's a good thing for a striker.
Yes. And he plays a bit like a villain as well.
Like 24, 5 years away. And he's just been doing deadlifts and
what if he's too big?
Forever.
What if he's 6 foot, like, 10?
But if he keeps that sort of agility, it's not going to matter. No. It's just going to be like, move.
He actually, the thing is, I've not even thought of that. He's 6'4". He actually could be 6'8". Like, I know you don't, but some people grow 3 or 4 inches.
21,
yeah.
22.
I probably won't, but there is a chance he grows an extra 2 or 3 inches. That's not out of the question. That would be insane, wouldn't it? Imagine just... There's never been a striker anything more than sort of 6'4" or 5". Zlatan is an outlier in terms of flexibility and agility at that kind of size.
Taekwondo, I think.
Probably. And also natural talent as well. Because he doesn't look like Peter Crouch, does he?
No, and if this whole scoring footloads of goals doesn't work out for him, there is always the option to play Dolph Lundgren as a lookalike.
Yeah, exactly. But then he would have to get right in the gym, wouldn't he? Yeah. Right to the back of the gym and just work your way forward to leave. Yeah. I think that's how they do it.
Yeah, I think so.
The big boys.
But an outrageous, phenomenal performance. Obviously, Sancho's still doing bits for him in there as well.
There's an assist for the second goal from Sancho.
I mentioned these about being a dark horse for Champions League because I thought, do you know what, there's goals in them. Mm-hmm. There's more goals than we think is in them as well. And Emre Can had a good game as well. Mental that Juventus was like, yeah, just take him.
Just have him. We've got loads of them. What, Emre Can's? Like when you go, I've got them in swaps.
Yeah.
I've got Ramsey as a Chan. I've got Pjanic as a Chan. I've got like 6 different Chans. Yeah, have one.
Have him.
Just have him.
So Real Madrid and City, Chelsea and Bayern, some belting games coming up in the Champions League. I do like it when the Champions League's back.
Me too.
For the second tier competition in Europe, it's a good competition.
Yeah, and they've got their fun little theme tune and all that. But the Europa League is nice.
It's works out.
It's nice because it looks like peeled orange on the logo, which I like peeled orange. Reminds me of Christmas. And
everyone knows the Europa League theme tune.
We love it. We play it in here all the time, don't we?
Can't move for it.
Yeah, incredible song.
Obviously, the Manchester Reds of United playing in that and on our way to win it.
On our way.
Gdansk.
For the second time in 4 years, we're going to win it. That's not bad, is it?
Gdansk. Nice stadium, though.
Is it?
Belt.
Have you been?
No.
Have you seen it?
Just seen it.
From a distance.
From the Google machine.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
What else is on this week?
Super League.
Super League.
So super,
Called it once.
Yep.
Your lot lost this week.
Warrington Wolves, which is my team for some reason. I just like them. I like Wolves. Yeah, they lost. Who they lose to again?
I think it was Hull.
I knew that. Yeah.
Was it Hull?
Yeah. But this week they're playing. It's the Wolves against the Wolfpack. Is this the first time that two, canine teams have played against each other in Super League?
Probably, yeah. I mean, Canterbury had the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been any other dog-related teams.
No, Wolves would win that, wouldn't they?
So, Wolves against the Wolfpack.
Yeah, but the insinuation with Wolves is more than one, but we don't know how many. It could be 1,000. And Wolfpack is clearly sort of 8 to 15 or whatever a Wolfpack size is. So they could have the numbers advantage there.
Don't know.
I don't know either. Toronto haven't been doing well though, have they?
3 out of 3.
Losses?
Losses.
Yeah, that's bad. It's the travel. It's got to take it out of you. They're travelling 4,000 miles for a game. I
still haven't actually found out. I think they're based here.
They must be.
They've got to be.
Because
when all the teams that you play are Bar Catalan,
yeah,
along the M62, you're not living in Toronto.
So how do they do it then? Do they literally do 1 week at home, 1 week away? Or do they have do you know in NBA they do trips, like tours, so they'll do East Coast, so they'll do 4 games away in a row.
And then back at home.
And then come back, yeah.
I don't know.
Because that's
I will
incredible.
endeavour to find out, or if you know and you're in the comments, because we've not got some rugby league fans in the comments, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, because fair enough, if they come to England, play 4 or 5 matches and then stay home for 3 weeks and
let's
people
be honest
visit
with
them.
ourselves here. Just from a pure club administration point of view. What did they do last season when he was in the Championship? When there wasn't a lot of money in there. I know they got a guy that's backing them, but what are they doing? Because I imagine you're talking 50 people for every match, minimum.
Oh, yeah. How many's in a squad?
Well, there's 17 in the match day squad, but you bring in a couple of spare. Well, from that distance, you're going to take a couple of spares, aren't you? You've got kit man, you've got a serious amount of cargo that you're going to need.
Yeah. Even like social media.
Yeah, all of that. They bring over your analyst team, the coaching staff. You're going to have directors tag along because that's what directors do.
Yeah.
There's no less than 50 people coming over. That's on the club's ticket, I think.
Yeah.
You try buying even a single return flight, right? You're looking at best part of £1,000.
Yeah.
So unless you're sponsored by an airline, which would be a belting idea,
yeah,
you're talking 50 grand a game. There ain't no. If you had 50 grand a game, you'd be putting that into. Well, maybe you're putting that into Sonny Bill's wages.
Yeah.
Someone's picking up that tab. I can't imagine that a Super League team is able to afford 50 grand a game.
Or they're doing it so they only have to make that trip 4 times this season. Like they said, hopefully they're doing
basing themselves off it. But I don't know. I don't know. I would love to find out. Salford lost to Huddersfield.
They were looking good last week, weren't they?
Looked fantastic against Wolfpack, but I said it's too early in the season. We don't actually know what the level of Wolfpack are. And now they've lost 3 on a bounce. I think we're starting to see what the level of the Wolfpack are.
What did Salford look like this week?
Pretty odd. I mean, Huddersfield aren't a bad team, and Huddersfield are always going to be in and around the playoffs. And we still just don't know what Salford have got about them. That's something. They obviously lost 3 integral players last season. They've bought, but you're going to look to be in the middle of summer before we really know what we're dealing with, really. And really, they bought so many players. They've got to let them all settle in. But we're playing Leeds this week. Leeds have been a bit up and down of late. So, I mean, we're all level on points, I think. Joe, you lot, us lot,
High lot.
So.
Wakey. Not Wakey, Warrington. What are Leeds' actual full name?
Leeds Rhinos.
Rhinos. That's not a bad one, is it? How many Rhinos do you think would take out a pack of Wolves? 3?
Couple.
Yeah, because they're just. How do you take one of them down?
What a big hole on the nose.
It's like trying to eat a snooker table, isn't it? Ridiculous.
Rhinos are ferocious beast, isn't it?
I think they. No,
if we did Animal Olympics, right?
Yeah.
You've got to think that something like a gorilla's going to be in there because they've got the weightlifting, but they've also got the hands and the dexterity.
But then they don't have. Do you know they say steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron? They're mostly herbivores, so they ain't doing sparring in the gym. Do you know what I mean?
What's that got to do anything?
Is this not a wrestling competition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you're looking at like a bear. Right. They are chasing deer. They are killing other bears sometimes.
Right.
Whereas
a
gorilla is sat eating a leaf. That's not the best training. Yes, they've got the body. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like Brock Lesnar. They've got the physicality, but they've been doing WWE back home.
Have they got the X factor?
Exactly.
Right,
have they got that killer instinct?
Where a lion obviously has got an X factor.
Exactly.
That little fucker's chasing deer.
Yeah, and it's used to cutting weight because they only eat once every 2 weeks. Whereas a gorilla's are more of a grazer.
So if you got to throw your let's look at Super League then. What have we got? So we've got Castleford Tigers. So we've got Tigers in the mix.
They're underrated.
They are underrated because people think that lions because they've created this aura about themselves.
King of the jungle.
King of the jungle, but actually don't live in a jungle. For starters, which tigers actually do.
Yeah.
And a tiger is a lot bigger.
A tiger would destroy a lion one-on-one every single time.
Text him with one hand and bitch slap him.
Yeah. What are Wakefield called?
Trinity.
It's a shopping centre. Warrington Wolves, and we've got Wolfpack as well, so we can have a grey wolf and a red wolf.
Super League
I love stuff like this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love rugby, but I love animal fighting way more.
All right.
I don't. Not real. I like fictional.
So we've got a couple of weird ones.
Yeah.
Wigan Warriors.
Save the next one toward the end.
Huddersfield
Giants. I think that's going to be a difficult. Oh no,
Catalans do have a dragon. It is a mythical creature, but we know that they breathe fire.
Salford have won.
Salford have got Red Devils.
Literally the spawn of Satan. So let's go with the real animals. We've got wolves, rhinos, tigers,
dragons.
So
we're going to leave the devil and dragons out of this.
And the giants. Yeah, because giants would just hit him with their big hammer, wouldn't they?
I think you're looking at, all right, and there's no gorillas in there. We've obviously got rhinos. I think rhinos is a formidable beast.
It's like the defensive option, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like...
But offensive with that face spike.
And all animals are faster than you think. Do you know what I mean? Like, they can all do like 30 mile an hour, can't they?
Yeah.
It's weird.
How's a rhino getting up to that sort of speed?
It is.
A rhino just starts going for it, then Usain Bolt starts... And he's overtaken by a rhino just doing his thing. And he's like...
It's mad. It's ridiculous. Yeah, like pretty much all big land mammals can run at about 30 plus miles an hour, except humans. Yeah. Although we don't weigh that much, but even so, most mammals can run faster than us.
We're shit, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We've just got this, though. Big heads, big brains. And we get to do this. So, wolves... Who's going to win then? Tigers, innit? Let's face it, it's the tigers.
Can a tiger take down a rhino?
One-on-one? I think it's got that dexterity, that sort of side-to-side, that lateral movement. Agility, yeah. I think a rhino, it's
going to be a war of attrition. It's almost going to be like Fury, Wilder. You've got the big punch there that you've got from the rhino, or have you got the agility and the movement of a cat that's coming in and keeping it? But can he keep that horn away from it? So how do you think Fury Wilder's going to
What an absolute... That was
what a segue. Not even rehearsed.
No.
That was off the cuff.
Segue of the year there.
Fucking hell, I'm good, mate.
I'm one of the seemingly few people that thinks Fury will beat him again. Because he did beat him the first time. Everyone knows he beat him the first time. I think Fury's going to beat him again. I think he's been in there with him. I know he got caught toward the end, but I think he will be less likely to take it for granted now. I think after the first few rounds, he kind of thought, oh, I can just stay away from him. And then actually, I can't. But I think... he knows more about what he's like to fight him. I don't think Wilder's going to have changed much. I think Fury's has a better capability of looking better than he did last time. I think Wilder, basically, the fight went exactly how he wanted it to, except he didn't stay down. Like, I don't think Fury can do much... Wilder can do much better than he did, except land a slightly cleaner shot. But I think Wilder can improve Fury.
I think you can land a slightly cleaner shot.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the difference. You can catch him in round 1, you can catch him in round 2, round 6, round 5.
Yeah.
Like, you can literally just catch him. But that's the argument that you also had for Conor McGregor against Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, or Canelo
Although it's
Triple
totally
G
different, I know. But, there's... punchers do always have a puncher's chance. That's why you can never rule out someone who's got a deft touch.
Yeah.
And Wilder's got a deft touch.
The deft touch.
Yeah, the deft touch.
Yeah.
And he hits you from over there with a left hand. Bosh!
Yeah, I know that's the weird thing. I said it before. It's like, usually when someone is so reliant on a single weapon that they throw in such an unorthodox manner, it's easy to stay away from it. Because for some reason, he can do this weird, crazy, too big, you can see it coming short. And it lands almost every time.
It's so fast, which makes it so powerful.
Yeah.
But I think it's so fast that you just can't always get away with it. That being said, I think Fury is a much better technical boxer. I think his footwork's there.
We saw that.
His head movement's ridiculous.
Yeah.
His head movement for a big dude is wrong.
Yeah.
It's just wrong. Yeah, it's absolutely wrong. And because he's so fucking big, when he leans back that far, he's just added 2 feet distance.
Yeah.
So he can stay out of range just by doing that. I'm really on the fence because I think that age will catch up with him. Age and lifestyle will catch up with Tyson Fury, I think, eventually. It's whether or not it's done that now. Neither of them have gone and fought anyone that gives you any sort of inkling as to who has improved the most as a boxer.
No.
Tyson might have seen some new stuff by being with a new trainer. That's always a possibility. The thing that got him to the dance might not be there because he's with a new trainer. So that's a
Yeah, the new
quantity.
trainers is my biggest worry for Fury.
It could be brilliant, could be bad,
Yeah.
and you have no idea.
No.
You have no idea.
But do you think, obviously I've never trained professional level boxing before, but do you think if he goes in, and we saw in the first fight that Fury basically controlled the whole fight except when he was getting knocked out. But if he goes in the first 4 rounds this time and isn't winning the technical side of things, and his new style and his new training isn't working, surely his head's going to go, oh shit, this isn't working. It worked last time. Is he going to be like, should I go back to what worked in the last fight? Shall I,
Which I haven't trained.
Unless
Unless he has just honed what he did.
Maybe he told his coaches what he wanted his style to be. I don't know. But yeah, there's always that thing of like, what he's got 2 ways of fighting this same guy, it being put in his head by 2 different people. And
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're assuming that that's how it's gone down. It might not have gone down like that. It might have gone down like him and his new trainer got together and they both agreed that worked very well.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to change. We refine what we already did really well. So he might have done loads of stuff with the pool noodles as they're coming at him like that. Yeah, I love that. That's been an evolution of boxing training in the last 10 years or so. He might have done a lot more work on that. I think Tyson has to win 5 of the first 8 rounds.
Yeah.
I think he has to win 5 of those first 8 rounds. He probably needs to win the first 4 rounds. Literal boom, 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 to have a chance at doing this.
Well, so Fury was saying that he thinks that Wilder's just going to come out and try and knock his head off in the first round, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So there's a chance that we see that, and it could. The thing with the fight is, it could go 12 rounds, and if so, then Fury's probably won. But it could literally last 40 seconds, and everyone's like, "Oh, Wilder's way better." But it would have been the same fight. Like I said, we saw Fury Wilder against Ortiz, wasn't it? Where he lost almost every round and still knocked him out and beat him. So
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's always strange watching Wilder fight because it's like he's losing, but he's winning as well because it's not going to go the distance, and he's won.
They're both still standing up, so
he's winning.
He's winning.
Yeah, exactly.
So, because it's about to end real bad for him. Now, we do have a cheeky little offer for you guys. Obviously, this entire show is brought to you by the Katina Sports Network, and we'll throw in GG if you want to see what's going on with the horsing. They're not ringing us today. So
the horsing?
No, the horse ain't ringing us today.
Oh.
Just hooves are a nightmare on a keypad.
It's really annoying. You have to have one of those big phones with like hoof in the thing and slide it round.
So we'll throw GG in the bottom because it's always worth going checking out if you like your horse racing. But this is from the geezers at Betting Pro, and they are giving us, I think it's with William Hill actually. It is Fury to win. Now listen carefully, right? 30 to 1. Now terms and conditions do apply. But you can get 30 to 1 by hitting the link in below if you feel like Tyson Fury is going to win against Deontay.
What, just win?
3-0.
Jesus.
1.
That is really good.
So
that's amazing.
Like, I'm on the fence about it, but that's probably going to sway me.
Yeah.
Wow. So if you fancy that, that is in the link in the description below. And let us know who you think is going to win that fight. And let us know what you think about Super League shaping up. Is it just going to be another absolute moonwalk for St Helens? Because it does look like it might be. And how you think the football's going to go on. And actually, who's winning the Champions League? Because I don't think Dortmund are going to win it, but I think we see them in a semi or a final.
I think they're defensively too frail, and that'll get found out against someone if they play
someone elite,
like
someone
Liverpool,
properly
even
elite.
City, someone with an elite attack.
I think even someone like Juventus.
Yeah.
I think even after what we saw Atletico Madrid against Liverpool, someone who can shut them out
2 or 3-0.
and then go and get them on a set piece or something like that. I think you can tactically do Dortmund, but if they just come up against a bit of a free... Look, Liverpool did it, yeah? Liverpool hit teams by just being free-flowing. Yeah. What they did to Barcelona and stuff like that, that was them just going fuck it and attack and just scoring goals. And that can be enough to win you a cup competition sometimes. So I think Dortmund are going to be there or thereabouts in a minute. So let us know in the comments what you think. And from myself and Joe, we will see you guys in the next one. Laters.
You dosser.
You dosser.